Well, global reports reveal that the Nassau grouper here in the Bahamas isn't far from becoming commercially extinct. We caught up with officials from the Department of Fisheries to talk about the survival of the fish and why fishermen should pay attention. Here's LaDawn Davis.
The Nassau grouper is a medium to large fish with a number of lighter stripes and dark spots that can be found swimming wildly around coral reefs in the Atlantic. It's a popular delicacy on the Bahamian menu and can be cooked scrumptiously in various forms. The most popular dish is stew fish. A new report from the International Union for Conservation of Nature last year suggested that the Nassau grouper is a critically endangered species. Fisheries scientist Dr. Lester Gittin says overfishing and poaching contribute to the depletion of the overall stock of the species. He believes if the laws of the closed season are not obeyed by fishermen, the species could become commercially extinct. However, he says steps are being taken to protect this iconic species.
For the Nassau grouper, their biology is such that they aggregate to spawn in predictable ways around the full moon during the winter season, and fishermen know this, and we've observed with the Nassau grouper and other species that aggregate to spawn that they're in decline. But there are other things as well. We know that we have a problem with foreign poaching in the Bahamas. We also have a problem with local poaching. We have a closed season in place, but up to last month, we've arrested persons in the Luther area for fishing Nassau grouper during the closed season.
Dr. Gittin says even though the grouper season is closed until the end of February, there are still some areas where the species is in abundance.
Reports of hundreds still occurring, but 100 or 500 might sound like a lot. But in the past, these aggregations had up to thousands of groupers, tens of thousands of groupers. So we have to compare where we are now with what has occurred in the past. And incidentally speaking, the Bahamas is still in a better state than many other countries, and that we still have appreciable amounts of Nassau grouper. A lot of persons, when they go scuba diving or snorkeling, they can still see them.
And while Dr. Gittins could not say if any restaurant owners were caught breaking the law during the closed grouper season, he did say that enforcement officers are always on the ground conducting their inspections.
Our enforcement officers are skilled, have that skill in determining whether the grouper was fresh or not. And the law is also set up to make sure that we can even identify that it's grouper. Grouper shouldn't be landed. Any grouper shouldn't be landed during this time of year unless it has the head and the skin intact. And then our enforcement officers, they're trained in determining whether it's really fresh grouper or not.
And since the Nassau grouper is now considered critically endangered, Gittin says persons found catching or landing is a major offense, and if arrested, they could face a fine of $5,000 or a year in prison. LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.